You know, I'm walking back to the car and I was sort of thinking about that video, the bits, and editing that up, and well, I've got to end it by saying, although it was pouring down with rain and it was quite challenging, this is awesome. You know, you gotta love this. It's pouring with rain. Everything about today is crazy, and I've just loved being out in this today. It was challenging. It is mental. Everywhere's a bog. You know, it's late May, and yet here we are. It's like, you know, it's like the rainy season. What summer? And yeah, but I've just loved it, and I do, and I love plein air painting. And if you love plein air painting, feel free to give us a like. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and yeah, keep painting, whatever the weather. Lean on this post, I think. Hi, welcome to another Lewis Art video. I'm out towards Bucks Mills again today, on a slightly different footpath. As you can see, walking down, it's quite boggy down this way. We've had a lot of rain, and I didn't think I was going to be able to get out this week. It's been that bad, but there's a sort of break in the weather, so I thought I'd go for it. So who knows what's going to happen? I may get rained on. But this is a footpath that leads down into a little bit of woodland, again just on the above Bucks Mills. What I thought I'd do today is I'd come down and try a reduced palette. So I've made some notes on how I'm going to do that, and when we get down the bottom, I've got my easel out, then we'll have a look at that reduced palette, and so that's my plan for today. Shall we continue? So I've made a bit of a schoolboy error. basically, so this morning I've done a workout, legs, and I've had a protein shake, and then I've gone out the door and I've forgotten to eat, and so walking down here, down that slope, carrying this heavy bag and my bag, I've got the shakes and my legs have started to turn to jelly, and I don't actually have any food. So I'm going to have my coffee now, and hope that gives me enough of a boost to keep going for a bit. But yeah, what was I thinking? Clearly nothing. Cheers. So out there is the coastline, but it's very misty. I'm quite sheltered here, and I think that's a good thing today. That was my thinking with this, that basically if it poured down with rain I was in the woodland, so I wouldn't quite get as wet. Let's see how that pans out, eh? Hey. So it just so happens that I'm kind of like paints and things starting to run a little bit lower, and I think it's time I maybe purchase some more. With that in mind, I need to raise a bit of money. I don't feel like my paintings are really saleable just yet, but I did think I could give away one or two of them in a raffle using my Buy Me a Coffee page. And I just thought I'd put out a feeler here just to see if anyone would be interested in entering the raffle. Basically, stick £1 in between a certain date in a certain time period, like a month, and then anyone that's entered gets put into a hat. The winner gets pulled out and gets sent one of my small canvases as a thank you. So if you'd be interested in doing that, please leave a comment below. So just having a look around at something to paint. Obviously plenty of trees and woodland and things to paint, but I think where I'm going to go today is I'm going to sort of drop back away from that bench and that lovely big tree there. It's quite dark with the light pushing through. That's the only downside to it. I guess if I came to one side, maybe I could pick up a bit more light. It's actually lighter than the camera's showing, but I think I might give that something like that a go, but then maybe reduce the tree down a little bit and just have a go at something along those lines. Quite tricky, so I'm not sure how that would pan out, but yeah, I think this sort of thing will be what I go for. So I'm going to have a quick sketch, see how I feel about it. So there it is, panel, drawn out onto the panel. Yeah, so I've taken an awful lot out of there. Oh look, little insect crawling across it. I've taken an awful lot out of there, but we'll see how it goes from here. It's time to get the easel out. So for some reason the camera decided to stop itself halfway through me putting the easel up, so not going to be the usual thing where I do the entire easel process on recording. But anyway, so the canvas is now up. I haven't quite cleared off the green off the board. I'm not going to use that today, or the yellow ochre. So I'll put the colours on that I am going to use and we'll go from there. So this is interesting. I went to pour the blue out and it's gone full of oil. Just the oils just run out all the way through straight off the top. So obviously the way that I'm laying it down isn't very helpful. So I probably need to make sure that I'm starting to hang my paints upright when I'm not using them to ensure that that doesn't happen. Anyone else experienced this before? Just to mention, around the back I've got my pot for my paintbrushes, got a little pot with a sponge in that I use to thin the brush but not too much. Got my paint cleaner here, so that's my setup, and obviously a bin bag through the middle of my easel there so that I can throw away all my rubbish at the end of the day. So it looks quite wet out there, and the rain is starting to come through a little. Not a lot I can do about it, to be fair, but what I thought I'd do with the paints to start with is just start to put in the light blue of the sky. So I've literally for that mixed up white with this oily, very oily blue, and I'm just going to paste that down into a few places to get us going. The weather's been so bad recently that I was determined to get out actually and get painted today regardless, and so getting wet is just one of those things. If I want to get a video out on time on Thursday, because I caught up with myself, what I used to do, what I can do when the weather's nice is do 2 or 3 in a week, and then I can get ahead of myself. But the weather's been so wet recently that I've just caught up, and so I had to get out today if I wanted to put a video out on Thursday. So hey ho. What much I can do about that? So using the palette, I'm just attempting to match the colour of this leaf. It needs to be a bit darker first. Let's get the value right, and then once I've got that, it is quite dark. Look at the amount of water on the palette. Oils are great though, aren't they? Because obviously it doesn't absorb them. And then I need to go in with the yellow, mix that in. How are we looking? Still quite light, isn't it? So what do we need? It's a bit orangey there within there. So maybe a tiny touch of red. Oh, have I overdone it? Completely overdone it. Yellow. Now we've got an orangey colour going on. So if it's too orange, I want to take it back towards blue. And then yellow. Are we closing in? A bit more yellow. It's quite bright. Oh, it's hard. It's a tiny bit of brown. Yellow. And I've gone too far. A bit of blue. A bit more blue. Oh, close. A bit more blue. How are we looking? Still not vibrant enough, is it? Tiny bit more red. Or yellow. How do we get a vibrant green? That's hard. More yellow. Not quite. So I'm kind of running out of time today, unfortunately. My camera battery's about to run out as well. There's water all over the place. I'm kind of going to leave it there. Just going to sort of mark the bench in and then come away, I think. And yeah, that's it for today. This has been an experience out in the rain. What has happened is I've met lots of people walking up through, doing cliff walks up to, doing coastal walks up to Clovelly, and that's been really nice. I've had some nice chats with people, and met someone who's on Instagram, so I'll put his link in below, Chris Shrimpton. And yeah, so it's been positive in many ways, but in others it's been an absolute soaking challenge. Yeah. There you go. So there we are. Like I said, I'm gonna leave that there. Get packed away, and then sort of yomp back up the hill. It's soaking wet. My battery's about to run out. Got no more I can do today. So yeah, you know, I've obviously added a bit of artistic license into it and so on, but you know, it was a first painting out in the wet, so pretty good, pretty enjoyable, bit challenging, and yeah, there we are. So time to pack away. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to like, subscribe. If you've ever done a painting in the rain, don't forget to hit the like button, and yeah, all good. I'll see you soon. Thanks guys, bye. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this or any of my other videos, there are a number of ways you can support me in the future. Like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. And now you can even donate on my Buy Me a Coffee page. As you can see from my new videos, I love coffee. But your donation will do more than just keep me full of caffeine.
Every donation will go straight into buying new art materials for future projects, so your help will be truly appreciated. It's easy to use. Simply follow the link and you can donate as little as £2 to help out. Feel free to leave a comment, and there's even a link to my website. Your support really does go a long way to helping me to create more art in the future. Thanks.